Hi, I'm Lisa from Mama Scribbles. Welcome to my vlog stars for May. I'm joining in again. I haven't done it for months. I think I did 2 and then got a bit distracted with this one. And I am, as soon as I saw that it was things that wind you up, I immediately wrote a list and I was like, yes, I can do this. I can do this one. There's so much that winds me up. I could probably make it into like a whole series, but I won't. I'll try and keep it minimal. So I'm joining in with Katie and Colette, and this is Oscar who's going to join us too. And I will begin with things that wind me up. So the first one sounds really awful, but it is at the moment my son whinging. Zach is 4.5 and my God, can he whinge for Britain. I didn't know that they started whinging so young, and I took to Facebook a few days ago and said, does everybody else's 4.5-year-olds or around that age whinge? And thankfully they all came back and said, yes. This one, he whinges, but he's a baby. He's kind of allowed. You know, he's hungry. He doesn't want Penguin. I'm going to pick Penguin up. He's allowed to whinge. But Zach, my God, it's everything. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, but I don't want that. What have we got? Oh, but I don't want this. And it's like some days it starts at like 6 a.m. whinge all through the day. Drives me insane. He did it 2 days on the trot the other day. And by the end of it, I was just like, rah, stop whinging. So yeah, there we go. Number 1 is my son whinging. Zach, if you ever watch this back when you're a bit older, I'm really sorry, but stop whinging. Number 2, I've got my little list over here, which is what I'm checking. So hi Penguin. Hi Penguin. So number 2 is people dawdling. I used to work down Oxford Street and in London. And it's always busy, always. And sometimes I would think to myself, oh, it's lunchtime, I'll just pop down the shops. This was pre-children, when I had a whole hour's lunch break, had money, and could do it after work as well. I used to go shopping quite a lot after work, which was lovely. So yeah, people dawdling. You've got an hour's lunch break. Takes you 10 minutes to get down there, 10 minutes to get back to work. That section in the middle, you don't need people dawdling. And they'd be just la 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 la. I've always thought they need like lanes down Oxford Street, because they just drive me insane. And then they'd stop right in front of you and turn around, or tourists trying to take pictures. And it just, honestly, it's like road rage, it's walking rage on London streets. So yeah, number 2 is people dawdling. And then number 3 kind of links in with this. People stopping at the top and at the bottom of escalators, just stopping. So there you are, you know where you want to get to. You know where you want to get to, which is the phone. Yep, you know where you want to get to. And they are right in front of you and you're like, boom, and you just crash into them. Like, don't stop at the top of escalators. Seriously. Or the bottom. You know, you're just about to get off and someone just stops. And you're like, no, you need to move out of the way, otherwise you're just going to cause a collision behind you. Drives me insane. So yeah, those 2 things are really heavily linked, and really heavily linked to me working in London. Because it's just a bit of a nightmare on the tubes and with tourists and people everywhere. It was just a bit crazy. What's the matter? You want to say hi? You say hi. What drives you insane? Huh? Mummy. Yep, Mummy not giving you the phone. Here, have a train. Okay, so the next one in my little list is people not looking right at roundabouts. The amount of accidents I've nearly had with people just not paying attention, and it's like you can see that they haven't even bothered looking. Like, what is it with that? It's a roundabout, people. There's cars. There's a roundabout near our house, and the other day, this is kind of what spurred me on to add this to my list. Excuse me. The other day, it's quite a blind roundabout. So if you are coming from this direction and you're here waiting, this person kind of has to stop in order to see whether there's anything coming or not. But this guy in a white van, he just didn't look, and so I slammed on my brakes. Had both the kids in the car, slammed on my brakes, and he stopped because he saw me coming, but you know, a little bit too late, and he stopped in the middle of the roundabout, and he just kind of put his hands up as if to say, oh, sorry, but then he had this like smirk on his face, and honestly I wanted to just punch him. And Zach was in the car, and Zach is kind of getting my road rage. It's kind of quite funny. I don't swear or anything, but he sort of shouts at drivers and stuff, which is really bad. But I can't help but get road rage because the drivers on the road are just, I don't know, they just can't seem to drive. So yeah, I think we sat there probably for about 30 seconds with this guy going, you know, like that, and me going, I've got 2 kids in the car, what do you think you're doing? You need to look right, rah, rah, rah. But it just happens all the time, and I always found when I was driving in the rush hour, mainly going from my sister's house to my mum's house to pick Zach up when I was at work, it was just all the time, the couple of roundabouts that I'd used, people would just pull out and just drive me mad. I'm having a real rant in this vlog, aren't I? Goodness me, what's going on, Oscar? My last thing, you'll be pleased to know this is my last thing, and this is to do with this one and the previous one, to be honest, but he's older now, so he is quite a heavy sleeper. But noise when my baby is sleeping. Now Zach kind of drives me a bit crazy with this, although he has got better. When Oscar was a bit younger, he didn't quite get that, you know, please be quiet around the baby, he will wake up. And he used to just wake him up on purpose, which also drove me insane. Yes. But he's got a lot better now, so I don't have to moan at him as much with, don't wake your brother up, stop waking your brother up. But just, why is it everything, your baby's asleep, and you're like, they're asleep, finally I can write a blog post, I can put the washing out, I can eat some food, drink tea, eat cake. No. Motorbikes drive past the house while they're in the hallway. This happens all the time down our road. There seems to be about 3 or 4 people that have got motorbikes down our road, and they'll zoom past with no consideration at all for whether there's a child sleeping in the house. Today's one, I'm recording this on Tuesday, today's one, helicopter. Now I think it might have been the air ambulance, so I will allow them because they may well have been dealing with an emergency, because it was so low. I think that they might have landed somewhere and then they flew back over, so I will allow them a little bit. But we always get helicopters around here. I think it's because we're so close to the M25, and so we kind of get the travel one going round and everything. But they always go over at the most inappropriate moment while he's sleeping. And then, every time I film some kind of video or something at the moment, not that I do many of them, but I'm always sniffing because I always seem to have a cold. I think it's just having 2 kids. We just pass it round to each other. It's just gross. So I'm like... Anyway, what was I saying? Helicopters, motorbikes, sirens as well. The other day, he'd just gone off to sleep. We was out walking, he'd just gone off to sleep, and his police car put his siren on just at the moment as he passed us. So it's that, like, it's not the build up to him coming up the road, which probably wouldn't wake Oscar up. It was right next to us, boom, Nino, 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 and he woke up. that was it. He woke up, and I can't remember if he went back to sleep or not, but he was not happy at all. And again, I know he was going somewhere in an emergency, but my baby was sleeping, and I don't know about you, but getting this one to sleep can be a bit of a nightmare. Today I had to walk for half an hour before he fell asleep. And yeah, more often than not, I'm finding that I have to take him out of the house in his pram to get to sleep, because he just won't do it otherwise. So if a lorry or a motorbike or an air ambulance or a police car go past us and wake him up, so yeah, there we go. They are my things that really wind me up. Like I say, as soon as I found out that the vlog needed to be about things that wind you up or annoy you, I made the little list, and they are the 5. My son whinging, people dawdling, people stopping at the tops and bottoms of escalators or by the maps, like where, not the big maps, but the individual station maps, and blocking them, because they're always in the entrance to the tunnels or whatever, and they block, and you're trying to just get home from work or get to work. Although I always found getting home from work, I was always rushing a little bit more than getting to work, because it was more fun. No one wants to rush to get to work, because that's just boring unless you really love your job. So yeah, escalators, just basically anybody on the tube annoys me. Not looking right at roundabouts. People look right, don't crash into my car when I've got my baby's in the car. And noise when my baby is sleeping. Please don't wake him up. So that is it. They are my 5 things. This is one child, the other one's at nursery. We could never probably film a video with him here, because he just wants to play with the phone, and so does this one. And that is that. So hopefully I'm going to try and remember to keep doing vlog stars, especially when they allow me to have a really good rant, because God, you know, ranting feels great, and I feel empowered now. And I'm going to go and sort this wriggling child out, because I don't know what's wrong with him. He's slept, he's fed, maybe he just wants to play. So from us to you, have a good day, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Say bye. Bye bye. Say bye bye. Yeah, say bye bye. See ya.